Waxwork II, Lost in Time, 1992. In this sequel, a couple must use a portal through time to defeat evil. Directed by Anthony Hickox. That's all I got. I don't know why I didn't write anything else down.
But, nailed it.
Yeah, there's a writer in there. Somebody wrote it. Probably Anthony Hickox, right? We'll go with that. He did the first. He did the first film. I know that much.
Yeah.
Yes.
Buck Flower is in this movie, and he dies by a hammer. An animated severed hand. What? Man, this is the first one I watched, and it was a while ago. I'm gonna get my notes straight here. Oh yeah. Buck Flower gets killed. What exactly happens? There's a severed hand.
The severed hand has a hammer and it's beating him.
Yeah, but then there's like a part where the severed hand is like shooting mustard on like, or what's going on? There's like a hot dog joke. Oh, man.
That is when it's after her.
Yeah,
that's when it's after Sarah. It kills
him. Yeah,
it kills Buck, then gets after her.
It's a completely different Sarah too, which threw me off a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But evidently the hand is the Waxworks man's hand, right? Is that what it's supposed to be?
Yeah.
This movie is just over the top, especially, I mean, compared to the last one, it really goes a little wild. The gore is perfect, I think. It's like comic book style practical effects executed by people who know what they were doing. I think the alien looks cool. And as I always say,
that's my favorite segment.
Revealing an alien is kind of like sending an unsolicited dick pic. It can just kind of go either way. And this one did really, really impress me. The person on the other end of that reveal is always going to react one of two ways. So the dude's head that explodes in the space helmet, that is really cool shit too.
Isn't that Rex Manning from Empire Records? Is that him or is it a different guy?
I don't know.
He's the one that's cut. He's the one that's like, "Oh, you motherfucker!" Oh, he's in his New York accent.
Yeah.
He's that guy. That's Rex Manning. Yeah.
I loved seeing Bruce Campbell in this. It was nice to see him have a nice meaty cameo. Like it kind of utilized his comedic skills a little bit. I don't know what to do.
I think that was my favorite segment.
That was mine as well. That's mine as well.
Like it felt almost like Three Stooges kind of like everything. Like
when he fell
around the haunting,
when he fell down on his chest wound.
Can you start plucking the stones out?
He's like, he's still talking. It's that bad.
I don't know what the difference between Zach Galligan in the first one and this is. I don't know how many years it was between the two. Did they do them back to back? Seems like they did. But he's much more tolerable in this. I thought he was really enjoyable actually. And
this wasn't back to back, I don't think.
At one point when they're
a few years later.
Did anybody else think when they were in the medieval part, like the medieval section, that he kind of reminded you of Bill and like Ted from Bill and Ted? Like he looked just like Keanu Reeves from that movie when he's back in that time period. I'd say overall the movie seems a bit unbalanced, with the front half loaded with a lot of fun variety stuff, a lot of different things, and then a huge drawn out medieval segment, and then back to more fun stuff. It seems a little weird, but I give it a 9 out of 10. It's a great sequel. I don't know if I like it more than the first one or not, but they're both great. I'm glad I own them.
Right on.
Well, since you say you don't know if you liked it better than the first one, I'm going to say I liked it better than the first one.
There you go.
No, this one, they both took me by surprise. Like I liked the first one better than I thought I would, and this one was great. Like this was. So here, let me just put some perspective on it as well. This is what I watched after I watched Tetsuo Man. Or
Tetsuo the Iron Man.
Like I
Tetsuo
went from that to this, so I don't know if that maybe God, this is amazing. This is a
This is a
great
palate
movie. Like,
cleanser.
yeah, like it was. It just. No, I like the.
Oh shit.
I liked all the segments, and it was. I don't know. Almost kind of had a. Oh God, an
It's almost
anthology feel to
yep,
it.
exactly.
It so even if you get on a section that kind of drags out, it's not really your thing. Like here comes another era, another
Yeah.
time period. So yeah, I'm on board. I say I give us a 9.
Right on.
What do you think, John?
I'm glad you guys like this. I saw this when it came out on VHS. Like it was obviously straight to VHS, unless it had a limited theatrical run, which I really don't think it did. I was so surprised. I'm like, wait a minute, there's a sequel? There's a part 2? Because I was a big fan of Waxwork.
Does this one have a cut and an uncut version like the first one?
I do not believe so.
And I watched this.
Put away in my
I
shelf.
streamed this on something.
Yeah, I streamed it too. I
watched my Blu-ray, but I don't know what it is.
I have them on DVD.
No, I don't think.
I was hoping maybe this was the
I only think the first one was uncut.
Transfer. Or is it
I only
Vestron?
think the first one was uncut.
I have Vestron. Mine's Vestron.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Yeah,
I have that
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray.
The Blu-ray.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So knew Sarah because at the time of filming of the first Waxwork, Anthony Hickox was dating Deborah Foreman. They had a messy breakup. He still asked her, and she declined. So that's why
he's probably like, hey,
Sarah.
bitch.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
One thing I found weird, and I just noticed it. I've seen this movie many times, but there's always little things you pick up on. Why does Sarah have a picture of Mark and China? I know her and China were like besties, so I understand the single picture of China, but like the picture of Mark and China, like prom style or some formal dance or something style, some hoity-toity night out or something, that's just so weird. That was so weird. What was I give me 1 second here. I got lost at my note here. Anyways. It's not even worth it. So because I'm like a real big detail dork. I'll notice an actor from somewhere. The guy that delivers the letter at the end is Elvis's roommate from Bubba Hotep. The one that dies. That's the guy that delivers the compass to Sarah at the end.
Shit.
After, I'm fucking a nerd, dude. I'm so crazy. I'm weird. Like I told you, I get Rain Man like with movies. It's weird. Bruce Campbell. Oh my God. The Haunting. This was so like each segment, just like the first one, homages to different films without saying this is that film. So you can't sue. It's like The Shining versus The Shining. So, and Counselor Deanna Troi was the dark-haired girl in that segment from Star Trek: The Next Generation. If you guys are Trekkies at all, so that was a neat little. I think that was this time around when I looked around at stuff. I actually realized that was her. I already mentioned Rex Manning in the alien sequence, or who was he in Grease 2? He was
shit. You're going even
Sandy's
deeper.
cousin.
I know who Rex Manning is.
Yeah, he was Sandy's cousin in Grease 2.
No,
he was the new Australian character. I like that movie. Anyways, yeah, Bruce Campbell. Only if
that's he's talking 2. He's talking about part 2, the one that Palmer loves.
Okay.
What's the teenage heartthrob song or something like that? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
It's got Michelle Pfeiffer in it. The second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I can't remember who plays the love interest. It doesn't matter. This isn't that
Yeah,
podcast.
it doesn't matter. This isn't Grease 2, The Reckoning. It is Waxwork 2, Lost in Time. Yeah, all the physical stuff. Bruce Campbell is really like the star of the movie for me. He's my favorite part of this whole movie. I love this movie though, don't get me wrong. Like, but yeah, it gets really cheesy. I like the George character from the medieval sequence because he's the evil dad from Ghoulies, Michael DeBar. Yeah,
you got these deep cut actors.
I love Ghoulies. Oh my god, Ghoulies is so great.
I'll have to rewatch it, man. Because
that guy was that guy scared
it.
Me when I was a kid. That dude scared me as a kid.
I bet I was probably 14 last time I watched it.
Oh wow. So they brought back in that sequence they brought back the guy that played Jenkins, the butler from the first one. He was the carriage driver. There was I read that there were a bunch of cameos, but I didn't recognize any of the names outside of Juliet Mills. She was the defense attorney.
Oh.
She was Sarah's defense attorney,
Okay.
The dude that played George, him and the back and forth with the guy from Die Hard, I like their weird dynamic. That dude was over the fucking top. The George character, and he pulled out the garrote wire. He's like, he's fucking weird. And speaking of that fucking court jester, jester, oh my god, what a fucking weirdo. But I don't prefer this over the first one, even though this is really cool. This is still a fun sequel. They took it to new places, but still keeping it familiar with the anthology feel. I like the final fight, going through all the extra scene. They took Jack the Ripper and dropped him off in fucking Nosferatu. That was fucking brilliant. I love that. That was a super fun little, and the music changed and everything. You know what I mean? It fit the whole scene. I love that part a lot because I'm a big Nosferatu, and then that that really bad Godzilla. That thing was fugly. But they had $10 to make this movie, so what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
This is an 8 though. It's a super strong movie. It gets cheesy. Some of the humor falls flat a little bit. I like Zach Galligan. He's an underdog, but man, his acting sometimes is just you just can't do Billy again. He was great as Billy. Billy.
He was great as Billy. You know what he's not great as now? Fucking Billy on those Mountain Dew commercials. I hate that shit. What the fuck? Get your shit together.
Yeah, they didn't need to do that.
What the fuck? And you know what's even worse than that's those what's the painter Bob Ross.
Bob Vila. Oh, Bob Ross.
They took his dead ass and put him in Mountain Dew commercials. I mean,
that's fucked up.
Anyways, Rob, what are your thoughts on Waxworks 2 or Waxwork 2?
I was impressed by the fact that they were able to create a sequel to the first one. Because the first, I was like, how are they going to do that? Because it's the museum burns down and all that stuff. And so now instead of wax paintings, it's now traveling through time. So it's the guy's now been upgraded to superhero, a doctor, the American Doctor Who or something like that. Traveling through time, battling the bad guys. Yay! He's our hero. There's going to be many more of these sequels. Nope, it just stopped right there.
God,
I thought for sure they're going to have a Waxwork 3 and 4, but no
budget. No one. Yeah, this one barely got made. I think this was a contract movie. This was built in.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So there would be no future sequels unless there's fan films.
I think they could have done something with this series though. If they had
could have made a TV show out of it.
Zach Galligan's still alive. Why don't they do a fucking fundraiser?
Just a
Waxwork's the return.
3.
Waxwork 3, we're doing it again. This time it's what's the NFTs? It's
Yeah,
No,
this time it's
they can travel
NFT.
through the internet.
just pictures of things. Isn't that what an NFT is? It's like a digital.
It's like a
Picture.
digital art thing. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know.
Not for me.
I-
Yeah, I thought you were in the Doge coins and all them.
That's as far as it goes, man.
Anyway.
I feel like anything could be an NFT if someone wants to buy
Is this
it.
one right now? Are we doing one?
Could
Yep.
be.
Yep.
It's like that. What's
Sold.
that Wu-Tang? That one Wu-Tang album that there's only one copy of.
Oh
And
yeah.
that pharma douche owned it, and then you know what I'm saying. So it's like
Yeah.
that level. It's a one of a kind thing. I guess that's how I understand it. I could be fucking way wrong, but
Anyways, Rob, what was your score on this?
I'd give it a solid 8 because even though I did enjoy it, it's like the very first movie I think had a lot better monsters, better gore, and I think it was better paced, in my opinion.
yeah,
But I did
I feel
enjoy
you.
it. I thought it was cool.